Okay, so just like how I said, how exactly the sewing hub came into place, like, how city thought about it. So this actually, they had been researching that they realized that Toronto, every family is roughly throwing 17 kgs of clothes or textiles in the garbage. So basically what's happening, landfill is also increasing and they are spending money in transporting whatever stuff is being garbaged to the landfills. Okay, so there's a lot of wastage of money in that also. Okay, so then I think so the city came up with this idea of opening up the sewing hubs. They tried doing it in the neighborhood where people are a little bit with the low or middle income people, so that they could be benefited more, because I think so that's what basically what happens when we go to when we are newcomer, we go to thrift store, we go to value village, because we can't afford, like, as a newcomer, it's not so easy buying all the winter jackets for the entire family, buying bed sheets. There's so many things, like, you can't do it as a newcomer. So you tend to go to thrift store, value village, and basically what happens, you do get good stuff. It's not that you don't get a good stuff, but once you have a winter jacket and the zipper gets it gets broken or damaged, you throw it. Why? Because the repairing and that kind of repairing needs almost $50 to $60 in the market. You can't afford it. You'll go back to the thrift store and value village and again buy another jacket. Okay. So basically what was happening, it's all the residential buildings, multi-residential building. You don't have a recycle bin. You don't have a green bin. You're putting everything in the chute. So they realized that this is where people are throwing too much stuff in the landfill because they don't have separate bins to do it. So the city then decided, let's go and find out places, of course, scattered all around the city. So they opened up first hub was in Parkdale. Okay, so they tried it over there. 1.5 years, it was successful, but then later on, they just felt, let's go into a little bit of a low income newcomers, wherever they are coming. Let's start it over there. So then they started having 2-3 hubs. So basically right now we have got 5 hubs in Toronto, and it's completely funded by City of Toronto. That's why we do free online classes, free in-person classes, and free alteration repairs. Okay, so now the idea was how to outreach the people. Okay, so when we started doing it in June 2019, we were blessed because we were part of the residential building. Okay, our office was there, so outreach went off really well, and Delta Family Resource Center is a well-renowned agency. So a lot of people came in the beginning when we did the open house. So we got very good response. Just 9 months into it, COVID started. So that is the time we just realized, now what do we do? Because now we can't do any free repairs and alterations. So then the idea of online Zoom came up. Okay, I actually sort of wanted, because I've been using Zoom since 4-5 years, of course, for seminars, for something else, for a spiritual seminar. But I love the concept that you can use a second camera, you can show all the demo to the sewing machine, how it can be used. And at the same time, I just realized I do have my online class, some of the participants. Thank you so much for taking time out, and even to the guest from Angie's team also, to come and listen to what exactly part we can play to help the Mother Earth. Okay, so then what basically happened when I started the class, a lot of people, they didn't have sewing machines. Whoever had sewing machines were either in the closet or it was not functioning good. So it was a big confusion in the beginning. So what I decided to do, I went to the hub. I had 5 different kind of domestic machines, because don't forget, when the COVID started, mask was a big demand. So machines were just flying off from the shelves because everybody wanted to sew masks. So and whoever wanted to go and buy didn't know, because there's so many different models. So what I did, I had 5 different kind of sewing machines, and I introduced to my participants how each one of them works. Okay, the function is all different. The price, of course, range is different. So as a beginner, what would I recommend to you? And as if you're a good sewer, what you can go and purchase. And the ones whose machines were not working, I told them, let's do video call, WhatsApp, Okay, we did video calls, and can you believe it? We could repair the machines. They were on their end, and I had all different kind of machines. So whatever the model they had, they shared the picture with me, and I got the same model, and we could repair it. And you'll be surprised, they didn't need any part. It was just that the thread is breaking, the needle is broken, they don't know how to replace it, or the tension, it's creating loops when they're sewing it. So they were nothing major, but they were keen of throwing this. And when they wanted to join the class as a beginner, they wanted to go and buy a new machine. But I told them old is gold, because old machines had the solid, heavy metal body. And now what you get in the market is all plastic. Okay, so that's why I encourage them that if you can't repair it, it's a different story. You can go and, buy one. So our classes then started really going well, because people started showing interest. Whoever had machine, they joined in. And I started the class as a beginner, even though I had good sewers also, because I wanted them to learn the Canadian way. Because just like how Angie introduced 40 years in fashion industry, I came from India. The machines were hand sewing, the old school ones, hand sewing, or the feet one, okay, the pedal one. There was never motorized. So when I came to this country, I joined fashion school just to learn Canadian way of sewing. So it was industrial sewing, completely industrial serger, industrial cover stitch. So things are much more advanced, but right to go from the basic for the newcomers. I just decided that, you know what, let's go and think everyone as a beginner. Okay, so my participants, my class participants, I know I can see them sending comments. They'll share their own story, because like Sangeeta is the one, she joined in 2021, but I started the class in May 2020 end. Okay, and after that, we've never looked back. And now in person, I'm planning to start, but the problem is just to maintain this distance, I can just take 6 students in my the sewing lab. But online, I can go 14, I can go 20. That's what is happening with my class. I get that many participants. During COVID, I was even getting 25 plus, 30, 35. Okay, so, but just like how I said, everybody's gone back to work. Whoever could join the classes, they are continuing, and who don't, I'm actually doing some kind of a recorded videos and trying to put for the students to watch it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how exactly, how we started the repurpose, how when we have clothes, the repairing, we don't need machine. I taught my class participants online one, how to use needle thread. Okay, and you can do a back stitch, which looks like a sewing machine stitch. You can sew a ripped jacket. You don't have to, because it's got 3 layers of linings. Okay, it's got an inner filling. You don't know, you don't have a sewing machine. You can just use a needle and thread and repair a jacket. Okay, so what basically my aim of speaking today is that don't throw anything, think what you can do it. Think what you can do is, like, if something is torn, you can't wear it, you can repurpose it. Repurpose is what you're using a curtain, it's ripped off, you can make a bag out of it. So that becomes a repurpose. The purpose has changed, but the thing is you have used something to make something handy. Okay, just like how I'd say somebody's waste could be somebody's treasure. Okay, you see so many people throwing stuff outside, couches, they might be in a good condition. You're a newcomer, you would grab it and put it, till you buy a new one when you are a little bit well off, to do it. But so just how when I started my classes in person, how we did it was we had 8 machines. Okay, we were lucky enough, 4 were donated in a very good condition and 4 was given by City of Toronto. But we used always the domestic sewing machine, because that's what basically everybody has it at home. So then we started the sewing, just the basic, to understand what machine is all about. And then just the basic seams, basic hemline, nothing complicated, because just like how I said, everybody, they were beginners and they were new to the Canadian way of sewing. Okay. And then later on, once they went to basic classes, we did the 4 classes. That was 2 hours each. Okay, we did it once in a week, because meanwhile we were doing all repairs and alteration. And then when we went to advanced one, that is where I went a little bit more detail. And we had 6 classes. They were 3 hours each. per week. And what I told them, the last 2 classes, just bring whatever alteration you have it at home. Bring your own. You can't bring your neighbor. So I picked up the easiest one to start with. So first we did the hemline of pants. Then we had the last one that we did was a jacket. Luckily, it wasn't lined. It just had darts, but it was complicated for beginners, but they picked it up good. Okay. And after that, they were on their own and they could come and use the sewing lab. But the thing is, the COVID started. Okay. And I did have a lot of batches. So now online, so I'll just share, I do have a second camera. So I'll be sharing both the screens with you, and whatever is from the distance, I'll show it what exactly, how did we repurpose things, okay? Because I want to share what we actually did. I've spoken quite a bit, but what we actually did is what I'll love to share it with all of you, okay? So I'm going to use the second camera. So I'll share the screen if I can be the host, and yeah, I can share. Okay, so this is my second camera. Okay, so basically what we'll be doing, I'll be showing you stuff one by one. Okay, this is something I had thought I'll show in the beginning, but let's not do that. So when we started our online, this is in person, okay? So we wanted the students to get the confidence. So I wanted them to sew bags, okay? Those shopping bags had to be done by every student. Each student had to make one bag. And how did where did they find the material? We got all this donated, okay? I'll go, I think so with the regular camera because the bag is a little bit big. So we had this donated fabric. Now this is a curtain material. Okay, so we had fabric like this, curtain, upholstery material. It was all donated to us. Okay, this is all different fabric. So when we got all these kind of things, these are called textiles. Okay, whatever you have, when they give you into small pieces, this is what we generally use for curtains, upholstery. So domestic machine, you have to be very careful. You can't use a very thick fabrics. So you can't do too many layers. And then later on, we realized that when they gave us the textile fabric, they gave us a lot of swatches. Now, these are the swatches. Generally, when you go to a upholstery store, you tell them you want, to buy some fabric, you want to little bit upgrade your upholstery. So they show you swatches. Okay, so these are all the samples that basically were given to us. Everything was given to us free when we started the sewing hub. So I wanted all the students to use the upholstery fabric and to use this as a pocket. Because what happens when you go for shopping, you always need a pocket outside. You don't want a zipper one because you're using your cell phone. You have your car keys. So it's a practical thing. It may be called a grocery bag or a shopping bag, but you're slinging it on your shoulder and you need to have something handy. So each and every student, what they did put a pocket outside. Okay, so you could go for your shopping, have this. And I told them, if in case you want to have 2 pockets, you can sew it in the center and have 2 where you can put your cell phone. The depth has to be good and you can put your car keys. So all the students, they did different idea. They just grabbed it. I gave them the pattern of the bag because just like how I said that drafting, it was something new. So see all this, they did it. Okay, everything sewn by the students. And this has got a 3D look. 3D look is like when you put it, it stays flat on the table. Okay, when you put your stuff. And I have one more to share. Okay, so this is the one. And that time during my class, I had, the youngest was an 11-year-old girl. Okay, she came with her mother and she joined. Now the mother, she's a sewer working with us. She started as a basic student and later on she volunteered and now she's hired as a sewer and she's doing a beautiful job. Okay. So this is what basically my students Then what happened? My online classes started. So now online classes, what exactly we did was in the beginning, I showed them just the basics, how I taught in-person classes. And then we started sewing things. Okay. So this was actually a curtain donated to us by a company. And this is airline, okay, airline old curtain, but in a very good condition. Okay, they use it for partition in the aircraft. So this was donated to us. We got 177 curtains. So now from this curtain, we wanted to repurpose. Okay, so repurpose is, we had to come up with different ideas, what we could do. Okay, so right now what we are doing is we are making shopping bags, and of course to be given to the residential people free, because we don't want the single-use bags to be used at all. So what we have started doing is we have started sewing bags, and which we will be awaiting for a barbecue in the summer to give it free to them. Okay, so this is the bag that we have sewn from that curtain. Okay, and these bags are like 3D. It's got a box, like it's a box. Okay, so what you do, like we sew it in such a way, we stitch it, like all my class students, they have already sewn this kind of a bag. So we sew it. So what happens when you put a thing on it, it stays good flat. Okay, so when you shop, your bag won't roll down and fall on, the stuff will fall on the floor. It'll stay steady. So this is basically what we are sewing right now. And for my class, I use this curtain to repurpose. And during COVID time, if all of you know that the shops were closed, so none of my online participants could go and shop. So what I told them, just grab old bed sheets, old curtains, old towels, old t-shirts, shirts, whatever you had. Okay, and we'll do in the class. So basically I used to ask them what kind of things they want to learn from me. I used to make my flyer accordingly, and then they used to do DIY classes. They are sewing along with me. If I'm doing a stitch, they're doing along with me. Okay, so then basically what happens, once my class is done, they have also already done something for themselves, for their collection. Okay, so now from that curtain, see what all I taught them in the class. I made a cushion. I'll be sharing the pictures, of what the students have done. The power presentation will come. So I'm just showing it to you. See, from that curtain, I taught them how to make a bow, okay? A bow on a thing. And this bow fabric is also, again, a donated fabric. And this fabric had water stains. So somebody had just given it for donation because all this printed fabric had watermark stains, okay? But just like how I said, it's not the entire fabric. You can pick up some cuttings from here and there. And we did make some grocery bags and give it free during the fundraising function. Actually, we had the event also, but we gave them free as a raffle tickets, the draws also, okay? So we made from that curtain, I showed them how to make a cushion cover. Okay, so the class also made the cushion cover along with me. So that's what we basically use this, okay? And then I taught them how to just make a regular pillow. And whenever I'm teaching them online, because our class is 1.5 hours, sometimes we don't have so much time or people don't have so much material. So we reduce the dimensions just to learn how to do it, okay? So we did this. I used the same fabric as a cushion, as my pillow, okay? I taught them how to make scallops, okay? How to make scallops. You know, when you have curtain or you have a skirt, how do you make a scallop? I showed them again in the same fabric, how to do it, okay? So the class was done like that, okay? So scallops were taught in the class. Because these are like different ideas which they can use it. Again, a different cushion cover. Okay, again, different cushion cover. And I used all those swatches that I had and did like a patchwork, okay? See, some of the part is not sewn because just to show to students that how you can overlap these swatches and you can sew them. And it looks like a mini patchwork kind of a cushion. So from that fabric, again, from the curtain, we made the machine cover. So all of them, they sewed the machine cover and it's beautiful. I'll share when we'll be doing the power presentation, how students, they have done it. I wish I could show everybody's stuff because they really worked hard for it. Okay, so this is the cushion cover, the machine cover. Okay, and then these printed ones, they have the machine cover has pockets. Okay, so I taught them that these pockets can be done outside, and they can put their bobbin, they can put their threads, they can put their scissors, and they can use, it looks nice, you know, when they put their stuff inside, like you can put your scissor inside. Okay, so your scissor can go inside, you don't have to look for it. So we made pockets outside the machine cover. Okay. After that, I even made an apron with the same fabric. Okay. And just like how I said, like, see, it's all different ideas, everything donated, like how you, in your bag, you can make 2 different pockets. If you don't want to make a big shopping, like just for a small girl, okay, for a school girl, you can just make pockets outside, and they can put their stuff. They're going for in the park, you know, they can put their candies and all that. So that's what I'm saying. It's all again from these donated swatches that were given to us. So different ideas of how you can make good use of it. Okay. And then while the classes were going on, we started making more stuff as the students kept on asking me what they wanted to learn from me. They wanted to learn how to cut a circular tablecloth and how to put a lace or ruffle on it. Okay, so just like how I said, I had that faded fabric. Okay, faded fabric. I showed them how to cut a tablecloth, a round one. I showed them how to draft it, like how to fold your fabric, how to draw it in a proper circle. Okay, and then we joined a ruffle on it. So the ruffle also, how it's done, it was shown to them how to do it. Okay, how to gather it, how gathering is done, how the pulling is done, how it can be sewn around. It's just like giving them the basic idea. All my classes is I teach them everything so that once the online classes are done, they will remember these things. You know, that's why I tell them, don't give these samples to anybody. Keep them as a reference. You can always go back and you can recollect the memory. And then, you know, what is happening, you know, when you have fitted sheets in your house, when you go in the market, you get a whole set. Like, you know, when you buy these fitted sheets, you get a plain sheet. So most of the participants, they said they have these plain sheets just lying like that. How can they convert it into fitted sheets? So then I showed them, we can't do it a big sheet because of limited time that we have. So I showed them in a basic fabric. This is again a donated bed sheet. Somebody had given it to us. I showed them in my son's room because that's where I take my class. I showed them how to measure their mattress, the depth of the mattress, everything. They wrote it down. And then I showed them a small demo. And this is like we did it. Okay, so you go. So this is my corner of the sheet. Okay, this is the corner of my sheet. You can see the stitches and the lines going the other direction. This fits into the mattress. Then you go plain without the elastic and you go to the other end, and that's where your other elastic and you put it in. Okay, so this is just your regular sheet. I showed them how they can cut the corner off and sew it. So this is the corner which nobody understands. How do you make that corner? Okay. So some part, a square piece has to be cut off and then it's sewn and you can make this fitted sheet. So that's why I'm saying these are different ideas, but attending these classes has helped them so much that they have been sharing pictures with me. If they're doing it in the class, they are doing, so there could be 5, 6 of them doing, some may be slow sewers or they want to do it in their own relaxed time. And then they share a picture with me in WhatsApp and the emails. Okay, so from the same fabric, again, just like how I said, somebody gave this, donated the sheet. Viola knows that person. It's Anna, you know, the senior Anna from Delta Family Resource Center. She's a very regular person. Yes. She had this sheet. It's a very starchy kind, but it got ripped off because of excessive starchness in it. But it's so good for sewing it and doing my demo. I wish she was there. I could have shown her. Okay, and then I taught them how to make a half apron. Okay, so this half apron was taught. Okay, so everyone sewed along with me, and that's the bow in the back. Okay, so the bow. Okay, so that's the bow in the back. Okay, I just tied the bow so that you could see it. So otherwise, this is a half apron. This again, everyone sewed along with me. So see how we do stripes, you go horizontal and you go vertical. So it becomes like a designing kind of a thing. If you don't have fabric, if everybody has some limited fabric, you can go contrast in your waist, the belt part, and you can go with another print or a solid fabric. Okay, so that's what we made in the class. The small items, I'll show it. Okay, then we had Earth Day Waste Reduction Week. So that time, we had all 4 sewing hubs together, and we did demo on shopping bags again. And just like how I said, we did the demo, I showed them how to make pockets on it, on that same curtain. That's what I'm saying. See the curtain, this is repurposing. We got this donated curtains. Some people have taken them as a curtain, but then they're sewn in a different way. So we told them how they can do it and put rings and use it. But we have started using them for many purposes. Okay, so now these are the big ones, whatever I wanted to show. And yeah, I wanted to show, which was a big success. This was a reversible tote bag. I will be showing in my power presentation some of the students' tote bag. This was a big success story. So this is a reversible tote bag. Okay, so we had used 2 different fabrics. I used new fabric because of the picture, the photo shoot. I wanted a brighter ones, but my class students, they all used the old fabric. They used their t-shirts, they used their bed sheets, bed covers, all different things they used. Okay, so this bag is a reversible tote bag. Okay, and just like how I said, this is like a box bag. Okay, so when you put something, it stands on the table. Okay, so now this tote bag, you can use it inside out. Okay, so I have this print and that pocket. Inside, it'll be the other way around. This will be this print and this would be the main bag. Okay, so see, now I'm bringing it inside out. So now see, this bag is inside out. Okay, so see, the straps are also designed in such a way that they go contrast in making. Okay, so this is what basically, and it was very confusing, but just like how I said, I had taught them the basic bag in my prior class, so they little bit knew how to do it, but it's how to sew in the end was the beauty of this bag. Okay, but everybody loved it because it was totally a different concept, totally something new for them to do it. And even when we were doing, we had, I was again called as a guest speaker for a workshop with the Black Creek Community Farms. I did my 2 hours session with them, and they had wanted me to show repurposing. So I had these 2 old bath towels. So I just used one for a video because they wanted me to put the video before the actual class so that people would, see what the end product of that class would be, So I shared the video, which of course, just like how I said, I have my regular students and Black Creek, of course, nobody's there to see it. But I had this old towel. Okay, I had this old towel of my daughter. It was a bath towel. Okay, so I wanted to make it into a kitchen hand towel, or you can use it in the washroom also. That's no problem. So then I had some different clippings. So I had this fabric. Now this is actually has got an embroidered one. Okay, so it's a woven kind of a fabric. So it had beautiful motifs. I loved it. What I did, I had this donated lace. And I had taught this decorative zigzag sewing to my class students. So I wanted everybody, the DIY, to try different things on this towel. So basically what we did is, see, that's the no raw edge, finished nicely. And we used this fabric. This was again donated by my ex-boss where I was working. She had given me an old pillow. She said she hadn't been using it. So I used that. I used a donated lace. Okay, this was a lace, and we did the zigzag sewing on the machine. So nowadays, most of the machine, they have this zigzag feature, and it's different decorative stitches. I did the thick look one. Okay, so see how from a towel, it became like a hand towel. So this was actually my Earth Day. I had done my video, a short video to advertise it. And the actual one in the class, I do have 2-3 students who have done, I don't think so they are here today. So what we did in the class, again, I had this old towel. This was really faded. This was like more my head towel kind of a thing. See how much faded it has become. But I tried using the beautiful side, and again I had this fabric which matched so well. This again was a donated fabric. When I was in college over here in fashion school, they had given us a lot of free fabric. I used that. Again, I used a lace and I did my zigzag contrast. So see how an old towel. So this is basically what we are talking about. This is what we need to do. Don't throw. See, if I would tell you, can you use this towel for something? You'll say, okay, better throw it. Okay, better throw it. It looks so faded. But see, with just putting this, it's brightened up the towel. And now I even putting it in the washroom also hanging, it would look so nice. Okay, so this is what the repurpose, this is what exactly the city wants people to do. Join the classes. If you can't do it, a lot of my students, they do a WhatsApp video call for me. If they have something, they take ideas from me, share it with the email, and that's what we are doing. And from there, just like how I said, I wanted to teach them everything because we are not sure how long these classes are going. I wanted them to do patchwork. So this is now like different patchwork, how to do just sewing squares, cutting them, and then getting a design like this. Okay, so this is patchwork or quilting, whatever you call it. I have these 2-3 different fabrics. I have the solid red color. I have this Canadian kind of a flag motif. And then I have this print. So we combined 3, we cut them, we re-sewed it. Okay, and we made these patchwork. This is a different kind of quilting or the patchwork. Again, using the same fabric, but different way. And these kind of things you can attach, sew them together, these kind of square pieces, and you can make your quilt cover or a couch cover, whatever you want. It can be a dining table. You can just line it. That's what I told these people. The choice is there. Some of them made pillows, cushions. You'll see it in the power presentation. Some of them they used, Sangeeta is there. She used all her old t-shirt and she made a cushion cover. Okay, so that I'll be sharing it in that. And then we made this drawstring bag, and these people use their waste, they repurposed. Okay, my fabrics were new because of the photos. I had to go a little bit brighter, okay, for doing my demos, but they were using all their old stuff to do this drawstring bag. Okay, so this drawstring bag, you can use it the kids can hang it also because you can sew it and it can become like the knapsack. Okay, if you go a little bit longer in it. The ideas are huge when it comes to sewing. Okay, that's why I'm saying 40 years. There's no end to anything that you want to sew. Okay, you have to be creative. That's it. I taught them a pajama. Okay, so we all made a regular pajama because they wanted to learn. So drafting is very difficult. So it took us, I wanted to do 3 classes, but it took us 5 classes because drafting is very difficult. But just for them to experience what drafting is, how you can cut your own pattern, how you can measure your own body and make something out of it. Okay, so yeah, so and just I wanted to show to you people like, basically, now I can go much more smaller stuff that we had made. Again, a repurpose completely. So I'm going to switch the camera and we'll go for smaller things that we sewed in the class. Okay, so I taught them how to make this is actually a pin cushion. The idea was to teach them how to make a cushion. Okay, so a floral cushion. Okay, that's what the focus of the class was. So because everybody hasn't got that much fabric. So just to make them get some idea of how they can, use small scrap of fabrics and can design, do creative work. So what basically we did, we cut triangles. Okay, we cut triangles, we sewed them, we stuffed them inside. Generally, I tell people they can use this polyfill stuffing. Okay, you get this polyfill stuffing. I don't encourage them to buy it. I tell them to take from their kids' old toys. If they're not using it, take it out from the cushions. And we have even cut out t-shirts. Okay, we have cut out old t-shirts and we have stuffed our pin cushions. Okay, so this is the pin cushion that we did. We stuffed it with small old t-shirts cuttings and we put it inside. This also can be used as a pin cushion. Okay, you put your pins. It's just like how you have your pin cushion. Sorry. This is the second camera actually I use for my class for when I'm doing my machine sewing. So then they can see the machine much more better. So this is what pin cushion you get it. Of course, this is from the market, but this is basically what you can make. Okay, the pin cushion. That's the way you can do. You can use this also as a pin cushion. Okay, we made a small one you can use. And this was totally taught in the class. So I do have students who have made it in the class with me. So they took the stuffing from the old pillow that they had. And this is just a bigger, you can go bigger also, but just like how I said, then you need more polyfill filling. I just give them an idea how to sew. So they can go bigger also, make a small cushion for the kids' room. And it looks cute. Like I went with the pastel colors, like the lighter ones. And this I went for the. So this too, the scrunchies, the kids, they made it. They put elastic and we sewed this scrunchie. Okay, so this is different prints. Again, just like how I said, they use this scrap to put it for the hair. You can even put it in your wrist when you don't want to wear it. Okay, when you're feeling hot, take it out and you can use it. Okay, so this is very cute, like even for the kids to have it. And then I showed them how to make flower coaster. Okay, this is a coaster. You can put your stuff. I made a sample, a smaller one. This is a coaster backing. Okay, so you can put your glass or cup on it. For the class, we went a little bit bigger. I'm still working on it. I just showed in the class, but just like how I said, it's 1.5 hour class. So whatever we can finish, the students finish it on their own. That's your backside. Okay. And then it was special demand. Anne Gill is here. She wanted to learn how to make a tissue cover. Okay, you know the face tissues you have when you're traveling, you can put it in your bag. So generally what happens when once you open it and start using it, starts tearing off, it becomes a mess in the bag. So she wanted, it was a request from her. So we made this cushion, the tissue cover. Okay, so this, I made it a lighter one, a pastel shade. Okay, and this we went a brighter. Okay, so that's what we did in the class. Then we made, because I wanted to teach them things going reversible. You know, generally what happens when we're using something, we get sick and tired, just like for the bag. One time you can wear it with a different, outfit, go matching with it, and then you can overturn it and use it. Or if it gets dirty, you can overturn it, use it, and then wash it at one time. So the placement, the mat that I wanted to teach them, I wanted to teach them how to do quilting. Quilting is basically when you join 2 layers of fabric, okay, and then you sew on it. As you sew it, it makes it go heavier. Okay, it goes heavier too, and the design looks good. I did not do zigzag, but Anne Gill in my class did the zigzag decorative, and it turned out really nice. She did it on a plain solid pink color fabric. Somebody had given it to her for free, and she did all the self, and it turned out so well. So what I showed them in the classes, they can use 2 different fabrics. Okay, so you can go. So your placement mat, either you use it for your whole dining table, or you can put it in the center for your flower vase, or put in your coffee table, and you're good. And again, I told you that these all are donated fabrics completely. And see over here, I have contrast color sewing. Okay, so see, this is a contrast color that also you can do on a printed fabric. Then we wanted to do a zipper pouch. You know, when you're traveling, you want to put your makeup. You can get it from the market too, but they wanted to learn how to sew a zipper. Okay. So first, actually, I taught them how to do a zipper just in a plain piece of fabric. Okay. This is an invisible zipper, actually. When you have, when you have your formal outfits, you have these zippers and it breaks off because they're very delicate. So this zipper is sewn in a different way. Okay. So I showed them how to do it when it gets ripped off in your formal outfit. It can be a skirt, it can be a party outfit, a gown. So this is done with a special zipper foot, which is a part of your accessory when you buy a sewing machine. Okay. So this is what they did. Then I showed them how to put it in a lined pouch. Okay. This is lined. So how to do this lining was taught to them. Okay. And finally, they all put the zipper themselves. So this is a pouch, traveling pouch. Okay, so the kids can use it for their pen box also. And then that's what I'm saying. My list is never ending. Then I teach them even how to finish necklines. Okay, so I show them how they can do suppose it's got ripped off, or you want to do the band, want to cut your sleeves, you want to finish it with something. I show them how a piping can be done, or a binding, whatever you can call it. I show them they can do it with machine, they can do it with hand hemming, they can do it. So and then we did again sort of a placement mat. I wanted to teach them how to finish a square mat. Okay. Generally what happens whenever we have something round, I showed them how to finish a round circle when I did the tablecloth with them. But then how do you do a square? Okay. Now square is done in a very special different way. Okay. So this mitered corner was taught to them. How do you do it? Okay, so it was taught to them. This you can use it even when you make your outfit. It can be finished in the straight bottom. It can be done. Sometimes you have a slit. That's the time they're used even for dresses. I showed them and then I told them to line it. Okay, so basically this is just a solid like a printed fabric. And I told them, why don't you beautify it and put a lining inside? So when you put a lining inside, now what is it? You can use this again to put your flower vase and put it in your coffee table. You can use it this way too, go solid. If you want to do it for your dining table, you want to give it a little bit heavier thing, go with a thicker fabric if you want to hang it good. Because generally what happens, when you have tablecloths outside, they generally fly off. You're putting some weights on the sides. But if you have heavy fabric, and let it hang much more longer, it stays good. Okay, so that's the time you can use it. So in the class, I always like doing contrast or a different print. I showed them like, with this, you can go solid as your outline and you can go printed inside. Okay, so you can have one going like this. Okay, so this is actually how we had stitched it. And all my students, they generally finish it themselves. Okay, when the class, it is one side I should do my demo. See over here, it's still unstitched because the students do it on their own, they practice. Okay, so this is like, see how you can have two different fabrics and two different ideas and have them together on the table also. It looks nice. So this is done. And I wanted to share, now that I've shown, I do have a few more things, but let me, I think, so stop. And because we have question and answer, it's already 8:10. I just wanted to share two small things, because generally what happens, even during COVID time, all of you must have worn your pajamas the maximum, okay? When somebody's taking class, they are not dressed up, they have a formal shirt, but they are in their pajamas. So what I have noticed, a lot of people now I'm getting repairs and alterations. The waistband section has worn off. And what I mean by worn off, I have my own pajama. I didn't fix it because I wanted to share it with you people. That generally what happens, see your pajama, it gets ripped off. Do you see? all this ripped off pajama. See, all this, it's coming off. Okay, see, the elastic is showing. My whole waist is gone like that. It's ripped off. But my pajama is good. And it's such a softer fabric. This was, again, my ex-boss she used to donate her clothes to my daughter and to me, and we used to wear them. And this is her collection. Okay, so I'm still wearing it. And this pajama, it's such a good condition, so soft to wear, but I have this waistband damage. So what I did with another pajama, again, that was given to my boss, from my boss. And this pajama, again, such a good condition. The waist had gone bad. I had this donated pillow cover given to us in the hub. Such a cute, motif doll on this fabric. I needed some kind of a multicolored. I didn't have. So what I did, I cut the strip from there. And see my ripped off pajama. What did I do? I cut a band. I took the waist out. I cut it out. And I used that fabric. And I made my waistband. And I put a new elastic. And it's good to go. This is what we need to do. All of us. Now your people are North Etobicoke. Angie she knows my contact. You people can come and give your clothes. Everything is free for repairs and alteration. We would love having you. I would love you people joining also my online classes. They just happen on Mondays. So it'll be great if you people can come and join the classes to get all different ideas. And I know Angie had wanted me to show how to alter the length of the pants. So I don't know if we'll have time, but I think so I'll let Angie take over from me. If any question and answers are going on, if we do have time, I'll share it, but join the classes. No compulsion, but if you don't want to do the classes, you can come and give your free repairs and alterations. Come to the hub. It's Kipling and Finch intersection, not too far from North Etobicoke. Okay, so I'll pass it on to Angie and I'll stop sharing the screen. Thank you so much for everybody listening patiently to me, and I hope you all of you enjoyed listening to what suggestions I have been giving till now. Okay, so thank you so much for having me, Angie. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bindya. Bindya will share with me the schedule of our classes and how to bring clothes for repair at the hub, at the sewing hub. But at this point, we would like to welcome your questions to Bindya. So if you have any questions, put it on the chat or you can raise your hands and you can ask your questions. Okay? Who wants to go first? Yeah, there's a comment here that's been covered by Sanjita. Very well covered. Okay. Any other question? Any comments? We have so many comments here. I would like to learn to repair the pajama. Okay, so we'll see that. I mean, she showed us. Okay, Anne?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I learned a lot from Bindya. Like she's such a good teacher, and I surely want to come and visit the hub. And also, someone from church gave me some material. If I don't need it, can I bring it to the hub for someone else?
Yes, definitely. Everybody's welcome. Yeah, sure, Anne, you're welcome. And yeah, just get in touch with me and we can fix up. I'm going on vacation for a week, and 7 June onwards, you people can start contacting me. 6 June is the class in and with you all. Remember, I'm teaching the coin purse. So 6th Monday, if you want her to join the class, she can join. But if she wants to come and drop off the clothes, it's happening on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
Between 11 to 5 o'clock in the hub. Okay, you can come in person, but let me know the time so that I don't have too many people coming in. I'm just taking one client every visit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bindya. You're amazing.
Okay.
You're so amazing. I'm so happy to meet you.
Sorry about that. Bindya, so what time are your online classes?
Online classes I have on Mondays, 4 to 5:30.
You don't have anything in the evening?
4 to 5:30 is the max. Why? The reason is because most of the mothers, like they get busy with the dinner, and then they have kids, little kids. So that was the reason, I took their advice what time they wanted to do when the school started, reopened. So they came up with this idea, 4 to 5:30. So that's the best. I wish that's why 7 to 8:30. I'm not getting too many of my participants, if you'd have noticed. Otherwise, at least like I could have expected 15 from my side. 15 to 20 from my. So. Yeah, Angie, I don't know if the power presentation you want to show it, just 6 slides. Jolene, I don't have the power presentation available. Do you want me to show it? I might have saved it on my screen.
Sure. Yeah. There's a question here. Where is your hub? Where is your hub located?
The hub is Finch and Kipling intersection.
Right address, please.
Is it the one on Panorama?
You know what, Angie? Yeah, so this is, please read this my power presentation. I'm going to share it. Hold on, okay? I'm just going to share my power presentation and let me get to the Zoom. Yeah.
It will show the location.
Yeah, I'm going to show, and it has the address on it. Okay, so. Okay, so all of you can see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So now if you see the screen, this is shows the Delta Family Resource Center, and that's our...
Bindya, can you make it bigger?
Okay, sure.
Oh, it's in Etobicoke. Yeah.
Is it too big or... I think so, because I have this slide show. So let me... Okay. No. Okay. So this is good. Yeah. So now... Okay, so now all of you can see my email, bchauhan@dfrc. Please note it down. And that's the cell number. The call number is the landline of my office. Okay, you can leave a message. And this is the address, 2677 Kipling Avenue. And we are actually located in the basement.
Yes, in the basement.
Yeah, so the best way to get in touch with me is the email. Once you send me the email, I'll give you my personal cell phone, and then we can go from there. Okay, all of you, whatever help you need, a video call, technical help, or you want to come in person and give the stuff, we can then do it in a much more better way. Okay, so this is actually the hub inside the sewing lab, and see, we are doing this winter jacket for somebody. And this is again donated zippers. Okay, in the beginning when we started, we had everything donated. And in the bottom, if you'll see, she was one of my students for the basic and advanced class. And remember, I told you that they were doing their own alteration. She had this nice party gown, so she wanted to alter. And she then basically, you give them some suggestion and they go from there. Okay, so she came and used the thing. Okay, so now the next one. Now, what exactly is a sewing repair hub? If you will see, these are the activities when we were doing it in person. I wanted to share because who knows, one day you might decide to have a sewing hub in your neighborhood. So you should be aware of it, what exactly, how we can avoid this, the textiles going in the landfill. So when we started it, we started with the repairs, then we started with the online classes. So if you'll see now, this is a virtual sewing classes, not now a top priority, because that's what happened after COVID. Then we are giving one-on-one session. This is what I basically do. I have the machine, and this one, there are two friends, actually, they came together. They are having some machine issues. So they came in together, and that's how I do my video call. I do my demo and they are there. And then the next is pop-up clinic. Pop-up clinics is when we go in different neighborhoods and we do we go for 6 to 8 hours and we do free repairs and alteration in that neighborhood. So we do the outreach, we send them the flyer a week ahead. So people, and that time we don't do zippers. because it's time consuming. Over them, that time we just tell them fixing up a button or a hemline or a ripped off thing, a very basic things that people generally bring it, okay? And then we have repair and alteration. So if you'll see in the corner, this is one from the same family, okay? She had 2 winter jackets and a ripped off pants for her son. So one person coming, it's almost like half a kg. We have stopped it going from a landfill. Otherwise, she was planning to throw these jackets. She heard about us and she thought, okay, let me give it a try. She didn't even have to pay for the zipper because it was again donated zipper, and she was okay with the contrast color for the red jacket. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. The hub is playing such an important role in the neighborhood, helping them economically because they are not spending. They are from low income, middle income, like, newcomers. So it's a big help to them. And at the same time, we are reducing any waste going in the landfill. Then the sewing classes, that's actually the lab. We clicked up picture after COVID, so we don't have students sitting there. And student volunteers, they come and help sometime. But again, just like how I said in COVID, they couldn't come and help me. So I had to go and deliver stuff at their house in their driveway, and they helped me to do the mask. Okay, they did the face mask a motif for me. But in the class, I had shown them how to make a basic mask. Okay, so this mask was done in the class. So this was a reversible mask that we did it in the class. I showed them how to draft it, and you'll be surprised, for this 2 years, I had just got 3 cloth masks. I did not garbage them. I washed them. I used them. Of course, this is a new one, but I'm just saying, like, I never use disposable masks at all. After my global news, the mask that I'm wearing, I'm still using it. Okay, so just 3 masks I've used this 2 years. So can you believe it, how much I've saved? And I encourage my class participants to make their own. And I taught them how to do it. They sewed it. And I'm happy they must be definitely using it. They shared things with me. Now, this is a stuff which is done by my class participant, one girl's work, one lady's work. And she has used all her old stuff, old fabric, and she has sewn things, okay? So she shared it. And I'm sharing it with all of you. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's done so good. Anne is there. Sangeeta is there. I don't have words like to say how beautifully they are making stuff. But I just sharing one person's work. So did you see the machine cover? She has used opposite. She has a printed and she has a plain solid one for pockets to put her stuff. And she's already put this stuff for the picture. That's a drawstring bag. And everything is repurposed. She hasn't gone and bought any new fabric. That's what I encourage my students to do. Drawstring bag is again from her tablecloth that she had. Reversible bags that she has done is from her old bed sheets, pillow covers. And that's a reversible tote bag I shared. Remember the multicolored ones? That's the one she did. The fitted sheet is actually next to her window. She lives in an apartment. So this is 25-year-old, her son's blanket, the kitty, 25-year-old. So what she did, she joined the pieces and she made it for her window couch, okay, window side couch. And see, it's so beautiful. It doesn't even look, it's an old thing. The lined tablecloth also, again, she had this as a duvet cover. So she wanted to learn how to line it, okay? So I showed her how she can line it and from inside, and she did the ruffle, how I showed it in the small tablecloth, okay? And then the top one is a pin cushion, which everybody did, and we all stuffed it, not with the polyfill, we stuffed it with the old t-shirt cuttings. And in the bottom, you have scrunchies, you have bow and headband, or everything's done in the class. And now this is again one of my students. She shared a good picture. She did the photo shoot like kind of a thing, and she showed how the pin cushion was done. Okay, so see, this one again from she has 2 sons going the university, so she too had their old pillow covers. So she cut that mini Mickey Mouse. She used the front and back as a Mickey Mouse motif. And this is the clippings that I was telling you about, all the t-shirt clippings. All the old t-shirt which has got holes, you snip them into small pieces, and that's what she stuffed it. So I wanted to share how exactly people are doing. And now this is sewn by all my class participants. Everybody's work is here. Okay, so people can dig into and find your stuff. Yeah, so I have Sangeeta, her corner one, the quilted one is hers, the pink and the stripes, okay. And I have a cushion done from old t-shirt. And see, this is what a repurpose is all about. In the top corner, you have a couch cover made from old bed sheet. Then this old t-shirt cushion with the teddy face on it. This actually is a 7-year-old girl. She had this t-shirt when she was 5 years old and she outgrew and she never wanted to give it to anybody. So her mom, she cut it off and made a cushion cover for her room. So she was so happy. Then we have fabric rose from old bandana, the cushion cover from old shirts and stuffing from old pillow. And then I have this same lady who had shared her pin cushion. She had the old bed sheet mattress cover, old pillow filling. She's sitting on it. You can see it, how comfortable it looks. And then I have these cushion covers, again, done from the old fabrics, from bed sheets and scrap textiles. And that's it from me. So I hope you enjoyed the students, everybody's their work.
Bindya, there's a question here. What kind of lining did you use for the mask?
Oh, this lining is, you know what, whenever you're sewing something, always go for a cotton fabric because then it's a breathable fabric. Okay, so this is just, see, this is the green fabric I have. Okay, so this is just a solid plain cotton fabric. And don't use any stretchy fabrics, okay? Why stretchy fabric? Because then it is not good. Then the pose, somebody sneeze on your face, it'll go through, okay? So the fabric that we used is all cotton, okay? So this is the cotton lining fabric. And we have to go a little bit thicker. We can't use the flimsy lining that we generally used in our kurtas, like, you know, the Indian outfits, it's always lined. And then when you go to all the foreign, you know, not the foreign, I can say that the formal dresses that people wear, every lining is a polyester. It doesn't work, okay, because you can't breathe. So it has to be a porous, like, but go 2 layers. Okay, we just went 2 layers because they are thick cotton and very practical. Like it's, and this way we used you know, a 1/4 inch elastic. And you put it in the laundry, this elastic doesn't get damaged. But if you use the thin one, the rubber band kind, it just comes off, okay? And then you have to re-sew. So this is basically what we did.
There is a question from Bina. Timings at the hub. I think what she means is what time is it open?
Yeah, so because of you know, the safety protocols for the COVID-19, we have 11 to 4 on Tuesdays and Thursdays only.
Is there
And
a
you have to
process
pre-book.
for registration?
Yes, Janet, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, all of you, if you've taken my email, I can again mention it on the chat. Just get in touch with me through that email, okay? Yeah, that's the best way to do it because any questions that you have, I would love answering to all of you, okay? That's what the purpose was of me giving a lecture on, you know, repurposing, reducing, reusing, you know, so that you people can use whatever stuff you have it at home. So I'm again sharing my, yeah, just wanted to be sure. Yeah, good. Yeah, so that's my email to get in touch with me. And just like how I said, give me like from 7th June or 6th June, I can start answering your emails. Because I'm going on vacation for a week. So 6th June onwards, I'll be answering to your emails.
And we will also include the email and how to contact Bindya in the follow-up letter we're going to send you. Any more question? Nothing? Last question? Okay. Okay. So, Jolene, can you please show our slide about the giveaways?
Yes, I'm just putting that up now.
So we have several giveaways, but we have a special giveaway for those who attended tonight for the sewing. We're going to give away sewing kit. Now for the other workshops, we're giving away eco-friendly Okay, we have a kitchen compost collector. We have a reusable grocery bag. And I will have to talk to Bindya about this one because the grocery bag, we're going to give away something that we bought. Okay, but then of course you will learn to do extra grocery bag from her. And then we're going to give away also hot, cold thermal travel bag. Travel mug, sorry, it's a bag. Yeah, we said at the beginning that you have to attend at least 2 workshops, excluding this. But then we'll see about that because some of you attended this. I think you learned about this late. But then if we have extras, we're still going to give you. If you attend next week, yeah. If you have attended any of the workshops, but you will attend next week, so you will get also the giveaways. Now, so that is for tonight. And then of course, please remember to register for May 31. That's the last one. And then there's a feedback form that will pop up once you leave the Zoom link. And there's another event that, oh yeah, this is very important. That's why I said always, hopefully the name on the screen is the same name that you registered with. So because that is how I'm going to identify. For Zoom user, I know who you are, Minda. She told me earlier, so I know we can identify. Edra Lane, Janet, we have another Janet, of course. So that's it. Please complete the fit. Thank you so much for attending. And then thank you to our partners. Thank you to Delta for sharing Bindya tonight. And Janet was here and Margaret wasn't able to come in. So thank you and good night and thank you for staying. And Bindya, I still have to talk to you about that the pants hem. I really need to learn how to sew and then do that one. I might bring it to the hub. So we'll see about that. Okay.
Thank you, Bindya. I learned a lot. Oh my mind, it's good I stayed with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
everyone.
Bindya.
Thank you, my class participants. And yeah,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. I really enjoyed sharing.
It's wonderful to see you.
Yeah.
I have to come in and see you, girl.
Me
It
too.
was very refreshing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Bye
Bye-bye.
We
Bye-bye.
get the
Bye.
link.
Take
Yolanda,
care.
bye everyone. See you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Anna,
See you May 31 again, I think.
The link for next week.
Bye, Bindya. Thank you so much, Bindya. It was wonderful.
Thank you, Beena, so much. And thank you for sharing the comments. I've taken a screenshot. Thank you.
Okay.
Good.
In my free time, read it in details.
We're so happy
I
that
am
we are
on
not
the
wasting.